Afternoon. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutloud.com. Welcome to the market wrap up for today, Friday, December 1st. It is 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have started the new month, December, with an extremely volatile move in the major futures indices, also in gold, and even in oil had a very big spike. And now it has come down actually to the area that I did mention this morning that we were looking for a bounce. So today we did have news that came in. Most likely you're going to see this better on the 15-minute chart and also on the hourly chart. So you could see that the Dow went from 313 all the way down, testing the 930 area, actually 920 area, from which it bounced very strong right here, just erasing all this noise right now. This consolidation that is happening right now is actually getting ready for potentially another move higher into the 24,400. Needless to say that if we take away this new spike, we're still looking at a support level of 24,160, and we're still looking at a resistance of 24,300. So this is going to be the new range that we're going to be looking at. If this develops as a resistance area moving forward, because as you can see from the 15-minute chart, it's having a lot of issues getting over this 24,200 level. So the more it consolidates here, we could have two outcomes. It could either push higher into the 300, or it can come back down, testing the 24,100 back into the 24,000 area, and once again with the wiggle into the support level of 920. So this is going to be a very important area right here. So for the last hour, the move has quieted down substantially, and we're not having any other noise on the front line. So this is going to be a very interesting area to watch moving forward. Keep in mind it's 2:20. We're getting very close to the close of the trading day. The volume has subsided considerably. You could see it right here. So this is when the volatility kicked in. Everybody wanted to dump and take profit on some of the big moves that have happened in the Dow and actually most of the indices, S&P as well. We're going to talk about it in just a little while. So right now it's trying to decide direction. It's trying to pick direction. So it's a flip of a coin, whether higher or lower. These are going to be the parameters. As long as 160 is going to hold, a break over 210 may carry the price higher into the 300, even the 310 area. But if we break this support at 160, we may come back in. It's not going to be as easy because we can see that the trend is super powerful. But it may come into 24,100, perhaps into 24,400 at this level. So moving forward, we're going to have a lot of events that are going to be happening into the futures into the futures market. So I posted it on Twitter to mark your calendars for December 18th when the CME is going to launch Bitcoin futures. That's going to be a big event. So Bitcoin is coming to the futures market. I can only imagine the volatility and how that first trading day is going to develop. So it's going to be really crazy. Anyway, so moving back to our indices here, let's continue with our analysis for the S&P 500. S&P 500, same flash crash into support area 2604, moving very quickly up to the 2640 area. In fact, we did note the fact that that 2642 area is an area of a bounce. We were looking at this as the market opened. We were looking for the 2642 area for a potential buy to continue into the 2645 to 2648 area, and actually if we would have had a trending day, we would have looked for a continuation higher into the 2658, into this prior high that we have set in yesterday's trading session. So moving forward for next week, this is the area of observation. So this is the new area that we're going to be looking for. We're going to look for the S&P to break above this 42 area and actually set pivot support here right into this specific area. All right, let's move on to Nasdaq. And Nasdaq right now, it started off as one of the weakest. It came into 6250 area, a lot of support into this area from the daily charts as well. And this morning we saw that we did have a move up into yesterday's trading session. What happened today? Well, we had this bar that opened inside the prior bar, and it was a red bar. So it was an inside red bar, which was conducive of more selling pressure coming on the way. In fact, the hourly chart suggests that we have a series of lower highs right here, lower lows that are present right now, and 63, 45, 40, between 42 and 45 is going to be the cushion area that if this area is not going to be conquered, it's not going to break above it, then we're going to pivot in this area, and most likely the price is going to come back down to 6,300 and lower targets, perhaps 6250 area. So this is what we can expect moving forward. Let's talk a little bit about RTY, and Russell here had the same movement. Take a look at this location all the way to 1500, in fact lower into the 1494 area, and pushed by this squeeze here from the 20 and the 50 MA, coming right back, snapping right back into it. What I don't like about this pattern is that it looks a little tired right now. It looks like it wants to pull in a little more, and I think that moving forward we should pay very close attention to the hourly charts of what patterns should develop on the hourly chart, because this is where we're going to get the clue from. As of right now, I'm looking at the charts overall, and Russell is the weakest index right there, and it's actually the only one that is trying to make a little bit. You could see the smaller time frames is sliding a little bit to the lower side, and it looks like it wants to go back into the 1525 area, 1527 area, and possibly test that area once again today. Flatlined YM is just basing at that 24,200 level. It's just pinned over there. All right, let's continue with with gold. And gold had a big spike. We did mention this morning in the room that we do see this 1280 level, that if breached, we will continue to the upside into the 1290 level. And in fact, it went on that market flurry to the downside. Gold actually popped to the 1292 area, and then again here we're trying to pick up a direction. So the fact that we're still consolidating here, it means that we still, and if we're gonna pivot into the 1280 area, this may be the new launch pad for the price to continue higher, back into the 1300 and back into the 1308. So I do see bullish activity moving forward for gold, as long as this 1280 is going to hold. If 1280 is going to be breached, then most likely we're going to play the range 1274 once again. And then keep it in mind, take a look at this congestion right here. So we have plenty of levels of support: 1268, 1250, 1264, 1265, 1263, all the way into this area. We also have these pivot lows, and we also have this 200 moving average right here. So let's take a look at the overall trend. We're seeing some topping tails here on the monthly chart that are present. A lot of volatility stepped in here, but keep it in mind, the big picture is 65 to 1300 from the weekly perspective. And as long as we're going to sustain this range, we have more power to move to the upside, most likely into the 307 back again. All right, so one last look at oil for today, and oil, big number, $58 into resistance right here. We popped immediately right off the open at 9 o'clock to new heights, very close, as you could see, really great follow through, very close to $59, and pull back exactly to $58. I would have liked this pullback to happen sooner rather than later, because we're already trading an extended session right now. So I would have liked this to happen around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and to pick it up from there to a target of 58.56. So far right now it's looking very interesting for a continuation higher. More upside to it. Profit target is going to be into the $60. Obviously, the first target area is going to be into the 60, 61, and $62, 63. Last target that I see, the last level of resistance so far that we're getting reading off the monthly chart. All right, so this is all for now. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget that next week we do have an open house that we're hosting on Tuesday and Wednesday. Make sure you register for that event. You find all the information on our social media, as well as if you are on our mailing list. I'm pretty sure you have received an email from us. So thanks so much for joining. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday.